4. We do heated residential and commercial heating and cooling, sales and service. Right now we have 4 employees plus office staff. Location is not very important for heating and cooling business, but this building came available and has very good sight on the main drag of the city, so we decided to pick it here. But it's not. Our location is not a key point of our business. It's about customer satisfaction, having our technicians do a good job with the customers, interact with the customers, and make them realize that the service we give is top notch. The capital came from, at first we had a line of credit, and formed a line of credit, and out of pocket, a lot of out of pocket expenses of mine and my wife's, and a lot of it was from a line of credit for the first 2 years of business. That's very hard in this business because there's not a typical day. Every day is different. That's what's so good about our business. A typical day for me would be I get here between 7 and 7:30. The guys get here around 8, and we make sure they get out of here and get their calls done. And some days I'll have estimates. I leave the office and do estimates. Some days I do service calls. Usually I get done. Last night was 7 o'clock, and sometimes I get done early. But that typical day is in and out of the office a lot. We do some marketing on the radio. We've done some television. We do some billboard ads. But the most successful is word of mouth, networking word of mouth. If you get a customer that's happy with their service, and they in turn tell somebody else, it's usually a pretty good referral. So we usually use that as our main source of advertising. We send out pizzas with people, give us a referral, we'll send them out a free pizza from Arnie's, or we'll send them out a gas card, or we'll send them a Mike's car wash ticket that helps them remember us. Well, just keeping your ears open and listening to what's going on in the community, and I do a lot of networking. There is a heating and cooling company in Trafalgar, Indiana, which you probably never heard of Trafalgar, but it's really pretty close to the bad city that we don't like talking about in Lafayette and Bloomington. But this guy is, I talk to him quite a bit, and we mentor with him. And there's other people, I go to meetings and we get ideas from across the whole nation of heating and cooling companies and things that they do that they're successful. Well, I say freedom, but that's not always true, but pretty much freedom. I am my own boss. We can come and go as we want to a certain extent. I don't have to answer to anybody except myself and my wife and God. I mean, I don't really. If I don't do things right, we won't have any business. So it's. I think it's a satisfaction of knowing you're doing something correct. One of the biggest ones is family. There's times that through our daughter's lives that there's some events that I missed because of business. If a furnace breaks down in 20-degree weather, 20 below weather, we have to go. Responsibility. I have the responsibility of 4 employees to make sure they have something to do every day. So I take that to heart, and there's times I worry if we don't have a lot of business, what they're going to do, because we're feeding their families also. If I work for somebody else, that would never be a thought. Patience. You start a business, you think everything's going to be so fine, but you have to be patient and let it get there. It takes time to grow the business, so you have to have patience. You have to have a good work ethic, because if you don't have the drive to work hard and come every day, you can be unsuccessful very easily. And you just have to have a passion for what you do, I guess, maybe. Because you have to be passionate, and you have to make sure that what you do is what you thrive to be the best at. In business, there are a lot of failures. When a customer doesn't use you again, that's a failure. You always have to figure out why, and then you have to make it better. One of the biggest failures is being involved with some people that don't pay bills, and then that you you have to, that money is just gone. Any field that they want to be an entrepreneur in, they have to have the passion for that. They just don't want to say, oh, I think I can make money at this. If they don't have a passion for what they're doing, they'll never be successful. To have a good base, family base, or base behind you that will support you. If you're not supported from your wife or your family, you'll never be successful, because you're fighting both of those, and dedication. There was a guy here locally that was very, very successful. His name was Jerry Brand. I always admired Jerry. I was kind of jealous of him for a while, but he did things right, and I think as in Lafayette, a small community of Lafayette, Indiana, everybody would like to be a Jerry Brand, because he's 55 years old and doesn't work anymore. So he done things right. Well, within 10 years, I would like to see that I am coming in and working when I want to, and have the business in a transitional to another employee or owner. But I would still own it, but I would be able to come in and go as I please. More freedom, because that's one thing we don't have is any, when you own a business, you don't have a lot of freedom at the beginning. So I'd like to see more freedom in 10 years. In 20 years, hopefully I'm sitting at home watching my grandkids play video games. But that's 20 years. That's a goal.